Oh, there's the acknowledgement from YouTube that we are live. Here, let me just get my chat monitor up. Okay, there we go. I want to make sure that I don't miss anybody in chat. Hello, my name is Joe, and welcome to another edition of Joe's Super Fantabulous PC Gaming Channel, where I was going to have a little random dungeon fun tonight in the World of Warcraft. The new expansion, World of Warcraft Midnight, is out, and I thought I would go ahead and give it a try from an Alliance perspective as well as a Horde. Now, primarily, I play Horde characters, but I was curious, since the story for Midnight seems to involve Silvermoon considerably, it seems to be a very big change in this expansion that Silvermoon has ended up as neutral territory, which I think is an odd choice from just a lore standpoint. The Alliance stabbed the Blood Elves in the back. That's the whole reason that they joined the Horde. I can't believe that they would just welcome the Alliance into their cities. And so I think this, I don't know, I'll have to see it from the Alliance perspective, but so far my initial gut reaction is that the storyline is a miss. But we'll see. I will give it I'll give it a shot. Now, in order to join that storyline, my character needs to get up to level 80, and that's why I was going to do some random dungeons. But before I did that, I thought I would go ahead and do the obligatory reveal here. There's always a possibility that this is the first time you've ever heard of my channel or seen one of my streams, and you might be saying to yourself, what, you can play the World of Warcraft on Linux? And the answer is yes, you can. So if you're curious, this is the information about my system. So I'm running Zorin OS 18 core, and I'm running it on an i5 3570K with an RTX 4070. Now, if you're curious why I chose this, if you're not really familiar with it, if you're thinking about Linux but you're not familiar with it, Zorin is very similar in terms of look and feel to Windows. In fact, I would compare it a lot to Windows 7. And for someone who's coming from Windows, this might be appealing to you because one of the things that I've heard from people that are considering switching over to Linux is that the first thing they're overwhelmed by is choice. There's so many different potential choices that you can make in terms of how you set up your system in Linux, and they don't know where to start. They're like, look, I just want to get going. I'd like someone else to make a lot of the choices for me, make it easy. I mean, even though Linux Mint, for example, is listed as one of the happy, friendly, easy versions, a lot of people recommend it. The first choice you're confronted with Linux Mint is, oh, do you want cinnamon? Do you want mate? Do you want this? Do you want that? And people are like, I don't even know what those things are. With Zorin, it's just like you download Zorin and you're off to the races. So Zorin makes a lot of those choices for you so that you can get into just playing with it and see what you like. And then as you become familiar with how Linux works, you can always choose something else in the future. But I would hazard that Zorin is a really great place to get started if you're coming over from Windows. To be honest, I'm using Zorin as my daily driver, and I don't feel like I'm missing anything out. Yes, there are some other distros, like, for example, I do generative artificial intelligence, and for that, I actually prefer Kubuntu, but that's just for more high-level stuff. For regular day-to-day things, I really like Zorin. I mean, you just basically click on it and it goes. And as you can see, it'll run a bunch of games too. So World of Warcraft, for example, is not made for Linux. This is a Windows title. But through the magic of Proton, thanks in part to all the efforts of Valve, we have the ability to run these games in a Linux environment. So thank you again to Valve for making all of this possible. Because for the longest time, gaming on Linux was a chicken and the egg problem where people wanted to be able to game on Linux, but next to nobody was making a Linux native client of their games. For example, when Valve decided that they were going to start looking at doing things on Linux, that was their initial reaction, is they made Linux versions of all of their titles. Portal, Half-Life, Left 4 Dead. So they have native Linux versions of those titles that run here. The problem was is they couldn't convince other companies to do the same. So then, Wine was an initial step, but it was like kind of sort of works, sort of didn't for a lot of things. DirectX was always the problem. Oh, there we go. The Dark Moon Fair is in town, so I'm going to visit the fair here and get a little buff, and that will help me with my leveling. So that's why we have Proton. So Proton can just treat Windows applications as if it's running on Windows. World of Warcraft has no idea that it's running on a Linux system. And it doesn't need to. It thinks it's talking to a Windows system with DirectX. And as long as it works, and as you can see, it works quite well, it doesn't matter. So here is the Dark Moon Fair, which comes by every once in a while. And what I'm interested here is the Dark Moon Fair has a carousel. And when you ride the carousel, you get an XP buff, which I would like to go ahead and maintain as I jump through these various different random dungeons in order to help my character to level faster. Not only that, but she's wearing a full set of heirloom gear that I grinded over the years. And this gives her a bonus. Essentially as a full set that her rested experience is consumed 30% less, so that I get that rested XP for longer.
I got the best deals anywhere.
Oh, that's right, and there's a traveler's log that will give me some goodies for various different things in the adventure guide. Although this month's goodie is just like this outfit. I'm not really stoked about it. Normally I like to collect mounts, so I'm not that worried about grinding anything this time around. Let's see. Oh, that's right. I think I can get the tickets right here at the carousel itself. I was thinking of the other types of tokens, but those are just for
Hope to see you again
the various different other events, but this one has its own. Yeah, see, there's the ride book. Okay, should be good. Yeah. So it will take one from me. There we go. So one ride ticket's been consumed, and then we'll start to stack our bonus. Okay, in the meantime, here, let's see. We can jump into, whoops, oh, wrong button, the group finder. And it looks like there's a bonus on now for anybody who wants to heal, which is great because I plan to join as a healer. Hopefully get a faster queue. Whoops, sounds like I just got a message. Okay, I just had to check and make sure that wasn't something that needed me to go take care of something. Hopefully this queue time won't be that long. According to the Dungeon Finder, it should be less than a minute. There's usually plenty of DPS in the queue. The biggest problem is always tanks. I don't feel like tanking today. I'm just going to heal, so. I'm just waiting for a tank to show up. And hopefully the tank is not too insane, because that's usually a problem, where the tank will run off and kill themselves. Oh, you know what? Here, let's see. Oh, well, here we go. I can just zone in right from the carousel. That way I'm getting the maximum. So I have 60 minutes of increased experience by 10%. Plus, I also have the Warband bonus, and I consume my rested experience 30% less thanks to the set bonus for my heirlooms. Oh. Alright.
The waking of the Isles.
I had done this before, but hadn't gotten around to turning it in. And we're off. Let's see. Let's make sure our tank is targeted. There's the tank way down there, trying to die. My job is to ensure that the tank is unsuccessful in their attempt to commit suicide. Oh, whoops. YouTube doesn't like that term. Unalive themselves. Do things that are detrimental to their health. How's that? Don't want to use any no-no words. Oops. Wow. Did I miss something? Why is this so hard? Sometimes the trash pulls are harder than bosses. And depending on what is pulled and in what amounts. I mean, my hope is always that the tank is managing the amount of stuff that they pull, because otherwise they can make it a lot harder than it needs to be. Purple socks, huh? I wonder if that name is inspired by anything in particular. Whoops. Reminds me of Pippi Longstockings. And if you know who she is, you're probably pretty old. Darn it, Zygort. Normally it's supposed to give me a prompt for the dungeon that I'm in and run me through what all the boss fights are, and it's not doing that. Oh, don't run away, tank. I need to be able to loot too. Nope. And the tank is running away. And pulling a lot of stuff. Oh, this is going to be painful. I can't heal you if I can't see you. Ugh. It's like, yeah, let me run away, go around a corner, make sure to break line of sight. Totally the healer's fault if I die. And this is usually tank thinking. And there goes the tank. I'm trying not to let anyone die, but boy do they want to make it exciting tonight. So I had fun with this character's outfit. I thought I'd just make her as gold as possible. So her transmog is just all about being gold. I'll admit that I also kind of like the fact that Draenei are very cheeky. Hence the name of the character. I mean, to be fair, she's actually named after an old browser. There was a security-focused browser before Brave called Pale Moon, and I used to use that quite a bit. I think they're defunct now. I haven't checked, but I haven't seen anything about them in a very long time. something about the way that they decided to take care of the way that transmogs look on Draenei. They always seem to get a little bonus cheekiness for their bikini bottoms there. So, never sad to play a female Draenei.
My mana is low. I need mana first.
Uh-oh, now it's going to get painful.
Mana is needed. I need mana first.
I could not.
And there goes the tank. Run away! And go around a corner. I'll have to remember to heal myself occasionally.
I must get closer.
Oh, don't run away from me! Well, you ran away from me, so you died. Alright, well, I will just run back. Since I don't think that was a boss fight, that's why we're not locked out here. But at least people are not raging. That was just a bad pull. Oh, something to loot here. Every little bit of gold helps. Oh, and recommends that, so just grab it. Zygor is a paid add-on, and it will do things like recommend which talents I should pick. It's supposed to advise me about dungeons, but it didn't pop up detecting this dungeon automatically. I need to tweak it in order to get it to work correctly. Get away, bad froggy. Alright, there we go. We have the light back on our tank again. That's important. I'm going to try to stay next to the tank as much as I can. Because the last time the tank got out of range and then died as a result. Unfortunately, my lay on hands got burned, and so I'm on a cooldown here for a bit. So hopefully we won't need it again for a while. Oh, hi out there in chat. I see you there, old lady gamer. I hope this is a good night for you. If you want, I can give you a call right after the stream. I was a little late in getting going this evening because I had to make a couple of phone calls and take care of some other stuff. It's funny, there have been points in my life where I lamented how lonely I was because I was unpopular, and then there are other times where I lament that I seem to be too popular and have to do all kinds of things. So I try to be content in the fact that the world still is interested in whatever it is that I'm doing, even if it's mostly the IRS that's more interested in me than anybody else. Oh, okay, this is a boss.
The winds are always in my favor.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better. Oh yeah, 65. Like I said, our goal tonight is, well, to see how close I can get to 80. Because 80 is where the midnight expansion opens up. Oh no! And the add-ons are going to malfunction. This is what I get for not updating my add-ons. I can't disable them while I'm in combat, so I'm sorry. You're going to have to listen to this racket for a minute. As long as this battle is going. Okay. Now hopefully everyone doesn't run away while my UI reloads. It's my fault. My add-ons are out of date, and I need to download new ones, and I just have not gotten around to it. Of course, now I have to heal old school using macros and paying attention to everybody's stuff instead of looking at Healbot. I would say it's even more exciting that way. I have a little one-button macro that I've written up here that whatever I target, it goes through a series of commands so that I could just hit number 2 repeatedly. It's not unlike Blizzard's one-button assist. However, the one-button assist, at least as far as I can tell, is only for DPS. It doesn't do things like healing. Whoops. Uh-oh. Gotta heal myself occasionally. I gotta run to the tank and see if the tank will pick up some of this aggro I'm getting.
I must get closer.
Come on, guys, you gotta stay within range if you want to be healed. Not that they can hear me, but... Alright, the Gulping Goliath. Well, he was only worth gold, so he didn't drop anything for me. Well, other than gold. Oh, I don't have Zygor now because add-on malfunction. So I'll just pick something. I'll say Pillars of Light. Oh no, some poor misguided Tauren. It's too bad because I like to think of Tauren as friends. Uh-oh, the tank is getting away from me. Oh, now I'm stunned. Come on. This is really a bad idea, tank. Yep. And dead again. Because I'm getting repeatedly chain stunned. You pulled all this stuff. And now I'm dead. Yeah, no kidding. You are dead. And you know why? Well, you know why. Oh, great. And here they come. Yeah, this is going to be a painful dungeon run. We're not only halfway through it. Maybe I should flip to tanking. I could at least offer people more sensible tanking. I mean, this person tries to pull the whole dungeon and then runs away out of range where I can't heal them, and then is surprised when they die. I don't know what to tell you.
Too far away.
Okay, well, that person's nowhere near me, so I can't heal them. The tank's pulling all this stuff here without the DPS to be able to, well, DPS it down. That's a bad idea. Oh well, it's a living. I'll tell you what, if it was a Death Knight tank, probably no problem. But,
I must get closer.
since Death Knights can periodically heal themselves, it's less of an issue for them. I've seen Death Knight tanks continue and solo bosses when the entire party has died. And there are some Death Knight tanks that, well, you just cannot kill them. Very good stuff. Unfortunately, I'm not quite as good as those guys or gals, but I am practicing. Hopefully someday. This person just not coming back? Oh no, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pull.
Free from their corruption.
Okay. Oh well, this will be exciting.
You're gonna catch your death.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
Not strong enough.
Yeah, sometimes the balance of a group is just off.
You're gonna catch your
I
death.
get that impression here.
You're gonna catch your death.
The unfortunate thing is that when my character dies, I end up losing the bonus that I had from the carousel.
You're gonna catch your death.
Yeah, this tank is nowhere near being able to take on this boss without the help of the DPS. But props for trying.
Our power will always overcome.
I have no idea what this is. I don't think I've ever noticed this before. whoops, it pulled him off. Never mind, I need the light on you. Alright, let's try again. Let's see how painful this is. Sometimes you get a good group and sometimes you don't. But we did get a new person joining, so who knows, maybe the mix is a little different this time.
We'll build a new world, free from their corruption.
I'm going to try to stay out of the ice this time.
I must get closer.
Oh, and everyone's staying far out of heal range. Can't heal you if you don't want to come here. Okay, this seems to be working better. Whoops! Oh! Well, never mind. Hope they do better. Why is this person running away? Is that the... No, that's not the tank. Just abandoning the group. Wonderful. Ah, this dungeon is painful. I have a feeling this group will end up breaking up. Oh well, it happens. Luck of the draw sometimes. An engineer would be able to pull out a little repair item. Well, actually a blacksmith could too. Now, fortunately, in my case, since I'm wearing heirlooms, heirlooms don't have a durability stat, so at least the heirloom gear that I'm wearing can't get broken. So these are at 100% all the time, no matter what. Oh, and here comes the tank. Fused mushroom, huh? Fused with what? Yeah, I don't think I have the skill for it.
We'll build a new world, free from their corruption.
Okay, hopefully everybody will stay within range. I don't like having them die, but if they get out of range, there's nothing I can do about it. Whoops, uh-oh, I jumped too early. Shoot, she got me. Dang it, I hate this, the mechanics of this particular fight. Please tell me that they can kill her.
You're gonna get your death.
I was thinking I was going to land just after the ice dissipated, but in fact I landed just as the ice went off, unfortunately.
Get your death. Nothing can stop us.
Okay, well, I guess I have to run back. Hopefully they don't decide to pull everything while I'm not there. But I wouldn't be surprised if the tank does. This is going to be some painful leveling tonight. Maybe I should just go quest. Oh, I actually got an item. And it's a ring. That makes it an upgrade, more than likely. Alright, I'm going to put this person on ignore, since they're being a jerk. Because that person has refused to run back on one fight, ran out of range on another. By putting them on ignore, they won't be able to queue with me again for any random dungeons. So, but I'm not going to dignify their comment with a reply. I will just never see them again. Oh, shoot! There we go. Come on. Oh, darn it. I stepped off the side there. Oh, and it sends me all the way back. Oh, you know what? And since this person was so pleasant, they just became the lowest heals priority. I know, it's a little petty, but if you're going to be ugly about things from people that you need things from, they're just not going to give them to you. Dang it. Oh, it knocked me off again, and now it's going to send me all the way back. Come on, tank, don't kill yourself. I'm trying to get in range to heal you. Oh. Okay, here is our final boss, and then we'll be done with this exercise. What a shame. The rude person died. What an accident. Very unfortunate. Whoops, and now we get sent off in various different directions. Okay, there's our tank on the other side, so I gotta get over there. Oh, I wasn't expecting the tank to go past me.
Too far away.
Trying to make sure that the tank stays topped off, so that if we get separated again, they'll be able to be at full health in order to be able to get back here to the main chamber. Whoops. Oh, but I gotta worry about my own health too.
I am out of range.
Okay, great. Let's see, is this an upgrade? It's a trinket. Well, no, actually it's not, because you know what, I could go ahead and use it. My heirlooms are good enough. They will level with me, but I get a special ability from the trinket that I just picked up. Alright, that was a painful dungeon. Wow. Oh, I agree. Alright, so, woo! That's a bit of a stressful, maybe unnecessarily so. Okay, so I can pick some new talents. Unfortunately, these are all related to DPS. I'm this is primarily healer, so... Well, actually that might help. I'll go ahead and go with Rising Sunlight. I'm always looking for anything that adds a percentage of healing to what I normally do, and since I'm healing people constantly, that looks like it gives me the best bang for the buck right now. Okay, and what I probably need to repair. The easiest way to do that would be to get one of my mounts. The Grand Expeditionary Yak comes with a repair built onto it. Here we go.
I have many lucky tools. You like? Well,
Now, although most of my gear is comprised of heirlooms, I do have some non-heirloom gear that I'm wearing. So, on the plus side, as I level, my repair bill is a lot less than it normally would be. I wonder if I have an option for other dungeons. Yeah, only within Dragonflight. Dragonflight was an expansion I did not play much of, so I don't know the dungeons very well. Oh, that was quick. Alright, I guess everybody's getting home from work, and it is time for some random fun. Hopefully this group will be better. Usually, groups will steamroll these dungeons. And to wet the whistle here. Constant talking ends up drying out your throat. Oh, this is that big outdoor dungeon. Well, at least I do know this one. Okay, so this is our tank. And it's another Pandaren monk. Well, another monk, I should say. The last one wasn't Pandaren, but so we've had 2 Brewmaster tanks in a row. Interesting. I don't see them very often.
May your steps be sure.
Who's stealing our meat?
Oh, I gotta keep an eye on my health. On the plus side, this tank already seems better. We're pulling manageable groups. So this might be an easier run than our last one.
Our paths shall cross again.
need to target something first.
Oh, these guys like to spin around like the Tasmanian devil. Okay, anything to loot? Nope, I don't see anything. Yeah, this group is working well together. Alright. By the way, if you're just joining me on stream, hi, my name is Joe, and welcome to another edition of Joe's Super Fantabulous PC Gaming Channel, where I'm just kind of relaxing tonight doing some random dungeons. I have this Alliance character, and I wanted to try the Midnight expansion from the Alliance perspective. Generally, I play Horde, but I also do have some Alliance characters. It's just they're a little neglected, since that's normally not the side that I favor the most. And so I thought I'd go ahead and level up this Paladin and get her up to Midnight by doing some random dungeons. Now, my first dungeon of the night, very painful. I guess the mix was off for whatever reason. The team was not cooperating very well. Had some problems with mechanics. I mean, that guy had problems with mechanics. It just didn't seem to want to work. This group, on the other hand, so far seems to be working well together. I hope I'm not jinxing us by saying that, but so far so good. Alright, so I'm trying to make sure that I keep the light, which gives extra healing on our tank, although I'm using a one-button macro that I wrote in order to cycle through all of my healing stuff. Normally I would heal with an add-on, but I forgot to update my add-ons before stream, and the add-on started malfunctioning during the last dungeon, so I had to kill them. So I'm going au natural. Just doing it with the macro that I wrote and a little gumption. And since the Dark Moon Fair is in town right now, I went ahead and rode the Dark Moon Carousel, so I get a little bonus to experience. Plus, I get the Warband mentoring experience, and I'm wearing a full set of heirlooms, which decreases the consumption rate for my rested experience, so that I can get even more XP, which will help my character to level faster. Okay, so that's our first boss down. We have 3 to go. My character's transmog is all about the gold, and so that's why everything she wears is golden. Far they're going. Oh, okay, not very far at all. Want to make sure that the tank doesn't get away from me. So far we're doing great, and I want this run to continue that way, but I have to stay in range and make sure that I'm able to heal. Just in case anybody is curious, this is the macro that I wrote. It's called Holy Spam, as you can see there, and that's how it's written, so that you can see the mechanics of it. Whoops, but I'm gonna have to focus back on the tank. Unfortunately, oh shoot, somebody died. Sorry, guys. Well, I'll get them up in a minute. Okay, let's see. Where is my revive? There we go. Redemption. Oh, I guess I'm not the only one who was trying. Guess they beat me to it. Might want to wait to get healed. Oh, okay, good. He didn't run away. I was thinking that was him, but... I wonder if Drunk Panda's name is a reference to the Jackie Chan character from that one movie, Drunken Master. I'm not sure, but I think drunken fighting is an actual technique. At least I've seen people claim that it is. I'll be honest, I am not an expert on martial arts, so I don't know if that's true. But I have seen Shaolin fighting disciplines that emulate monkeys in terms of how the monkeys' actions are unpredictable. So you don't know where the next strike is coming from because they're constantly moving. It's a really interesting fighting technique to observe because everything in those disciplines is about being ready to parry the next attack and then strike unexpectedly. And so anytime you make it difficult for people to figure out what you're going to do next, that's a slight advantage. Oh, by the way, while we're going through a nice dungeon here, let's see. It's probably a good point to talk about this weekend. I'm going to have a little fun with doing some more Doom. I think I have a relaxation stream scheduled for tomorrow. I had just as a test, started streaming with Doom, and I thought, wow, this is fun. I'd never actually finished Doom 2016, so I thought, you know what, I'll go ahead and I will play through it. So I have another Doom session scheduled for tomorrow, and you'll see it there on the page, so you can click and get notified about that. Also, it's not listed yet, but this weekend I'm going to do a PC build stream, and this one will be a retro build. So one of the things that I know a lot of people are having problems with right now is the cost of RAM, SSDs, and hard drives. Even CPU prices are starting to go up now. So I thought it'd be fun to do a retro build where I demonstrate how you can put together a computer for cheap. I found some Xeon processors that you can find on eBay. In my case, I bought them for $10. I am not kidding. I mean, granted, they're old Haswell era Xeons, but this is being played on an Ivy Bridge. So Haswell is the generation after this one. This is a third generation computer. Haswell is fourth generation. And because it's a Xeon, it's hyper-threaded, so it is only 4 cores, but it has 8 threads. And the Xeons have more cache than their i7 counterparts. So, and then you combine that with Linux, where you don't have the bloat of Windows and slowing everything down. And I think that Xeon system, that retro build, is going to be a great PC. So I will go through how to put that together. One of the key factors is that it's like, okay, great. So you can find used CPUs, but what about motherboards? Yeah, because the big manufacturers, Gigabyte, Asus, BioStar, all those guys are not making motherboards for Haswells anymore. Well, there are companies that are, which I was surprised to find. I was expecting to buy a used motherboard for that CPU, and I came across a manufacturer I'd never heard of. Of course, sketchy Chinese, company, never heard of, but they are making boards, and I've already tried one, and it works. It really works. So, yep, you can still get motherboards for, Haswell era CPUs. And the nice thing is that Haswell's use DDR3 memory. So right now everybody's scrambling for DDR4 and 5, but yeah, I'm getting by on DDR3. This machine has 32 gigs of it. Yes, it is a lot slower than what is going around today, but I would hazard that most gaming PCs are overbuilt for the purpose that they were designed for. I mean, okay, granted WoW is a 20-year-old title, but it has been upgraded over the years, so its requirements have gone up as time has gone by. But most video games don't require all that much processing power. If you're building a PC for gaming, you know, you should be fine. Not only that, but for just regular productivity, you can get by with even less, you know, because if you've ever used a Chromebook, which is basically a little, they're usually Celeron equivalent laptops, you know, they might be some different processors that you've never heard of, like MediaTek and things like that. But they're effectively in the Celeron class in many cases, although there are some that use i5s and i7s, although I don't know why you would need an i5 or an i7 for a Chromebook. If you've never seen a Chromebook, it's basically a laptop that uses a flavor of Linux, and all it has is a browser, in this case Chrome, hence the name Chromebook. And that was one of the things that made me think to myself, I wonder if I could just switch to Linux after I got tired of Windows having lots of self-induced problems. As I realized I was using a Chromebook for so many things, because so many applications today are browser-based. That's when I had the epiphany. I was like, oh, I could get by without it. I mean, Brave, Firefox, heck, even Microsoft Edge are all available for Linux natively. So if most of what I do is browser-based, then the only thing that was missing was gaming. Well, as you can see here, gaming works. I'm able to game on Linux. Now, of course, the caveat is that there are kernel-level anti-cheat games. There aren't very many of those, but the few that exist currently don't run on Linux, and that's by their own design. It's not because they can't. It's because architecturally they choose not to. And they tell you it's for security, but it doesn't actually prevent any cheating. I'll give you an example. Grand Theft Auto Online uses a kernel-level anti-cheat program. If you connect to a public session in GTA Online, your hackers are going to come in immediately and ruin the game for everybody. They can murder everybody on the map, they can pull you out of your properties, teleport you anywhere they want, take all your money.
I am out of range.
And that's just that title. Red Dead Online is another example. There are lots of others where they purport to have these things to protect you, and they don't. It's just to basically try and keep people on the Windows platform, or at least that's the way it feels like to me. I have to wonder if maybe there's not money being changed hands. It's like, yeah, you don't want to work with Linux. No one uses Linux. Meanwhile, according to the latest Steam survey, the amount of Linux PCs has jumped considerably in the last few months. And that's not surprising. I mean, I only switched to Linux as my daily driver full-time about 4 months ago myself. I'd finally had enough with Windows 11. There are all these updates that are breaking things and causing problems. I don't know, Microsoft's vibe coding them or something. And they're definitely not doing the quality control, you know, that they used to, because these things are going out without being tested, and they're wreaking havoc. It must be terrible for a lot of small businesses, because there are two main versions with Windows. There's your run-of-the-mill user version, like you and I use. Even whether you're using the home version or the quote-unquote professional edition, they're basically both in the same category. And then there's the enterprise editions. Those are the ones where organizations can actually make real changes, where they can block various different things, run a lot of stuff locally.
Too far away.
that regular users are forbidden from doing. Everybody else is, punished with AI that they don't want, telemetry that they don't want, harassed for Windows logins that they don't want, being told constantly, let's finish setting it up, and we'll get you in Microsoft OneDrive. I was like, no, I don't want it. Thank you. I have my own online cloud storage. I don't need yours. Not only that, but if you ask Microsoft, okay, how are you encrypting anything that you store in the cloud storage? Well, I don't know. Where does it go? Well, I don't know. Who has access to it? I don't know. And if you deal with any kind of business that deals with non-disclosure agreements, protected medical information, or anything else, all of that's a no-go. Oh, and then of course they're using it to train their AI. Even more bad news. So your intellectual property becomes their intellectual property if you allow it to be uploaded to OneDrive. And it's buried in the end-user license agreements there. Not my cup of tea. I have responsibilities I cannot abdicate by using their services. And the funny thing is that due to liability concerns, recently that end-user license agreement, I believe, was updated, and now it says that you shouldn't rely on Microsoft's AI stuff, Copilot, whatnot, for anything business-related, that it's just there for entertainment purposes. Use at your own risk. And it's like, wow, you spent all this money on this thing and it is worthless for business? What is the point? This is why I'm still running large language models locally. Because with a local LLM, I control it. It doesn't tell anyone anything that we discuss. I can blank its memory if I need to. So that makes it suitable for looking at legal contracts, reading all kinds of private information, and finding patterns for me and other stuff. And I don't worry that those records are becoming someone else's intellectual property and that they remain private.
Your homes, everything.
Oh, here's the drop. I was wondering. I was like, where's the boss? Oh, this is a weapon, huh? Well, my heirlooms are better. Oh, that was the final boss. I wasn't paying attention. This group gelled so well. Alright, then I will just hop out of here. That was a good group. And I still have 40 minutes on my my bonus from the carousel. Ah, it sounds like the band just started. Yeah, you can get an extra bonus for cheering him. Notice that the Blizzard band only sings Horde songs. There's no Alliance equivalent. This gives me a chance to stretch for a moment. Oh, it's good to stretch every once in a while and hydrate. Don't want to sit in the chair too long. Nope, and I have unspent talents. I'll go ahead and grab that. That looks like that might be beneficial. Alright, so back into the queue, and we'll see what we find. And I only get 5 minutes on that one. So I'll probably... Oh, and there he goes. It's a good thing I cheered him just now. Show's over. Strictly speaking, this is an Alliance character, but in her heart, she's Horde. After all, the Horde have bitter parties. I would say that most of, or at least that's the way it feels to me, most of the World of Warcraft has always been kind of Horde focused anyways. I remember that they had this one promotion where they were doing a contest for a motorbike for both the Horde and the Alliance, and based on how things got voted, it would be free for one faction, the other faction would have to pay gold for theirs, and of course the Horde one was free, because Horde wins. And so the Alliance players have to pay a whole lot of gold in order to get their faction's motorbike. As a matter of fact, I think I have it. Problem is, I don't remember what it's called. Well, let's see if I just type in Alliance. No, I guess not. Or Stormwind. A lot of Stormwind stuff. I don't remember what the darn bike is called. It's in here someplace. Okay. Fingers crossed that this is a good group. We'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping that everyone can cooperate, stay within range, and let me heal them. And that last group went so nice and smoothly. Whoops. Uh-oh. And let me guess, this group has already had someone quit. Either that or they're just... No, we're at the beginning. I was worried that I was coming into this belatedly, but it's just they have ants in their pants.
Please, if you could, clear them out while we realign the life magics of this place.
Okay, there's our tank. So we're supposed to be grand adventurers who have saved the world multiple times, and we're basically doing an impression of a exterminator. I forgot my Orkin helmet. If you're not familiar with Orkin, that's in a pest extermination company, and they had commercials where the Orkin man would come out. He'd be wearing a hard hat that would say Orkin on it, you know, with the company logo. lot of corporations had various different corporate mascots. Maytag had the infamous Maytag repairman, who was always bored because the Maytags never break down, supposedly. I did have a Maytag, and I have to admit, that thing lasted for like 25 years. Fantastic washing machine. I was sad when that thing died.
Just about... Wait.
The stuff that they make these days does not last as good as those old
What are you
Maytags.
doing?
Me?
So that was
There's
actually
too
some
much
truth in
nature.
advertising.
What are you doing?
What is that thing? This is your fault.
Absolutely not.
Please, help us, new students.
Let's see, another interesting mascot. This is going way back. The Tidy Bowl Man. So he would drive a little motorboat around inside a toilet. Or another favorite of mine. I don't know that she ever had a specific name, but I just remember a woman in a tub. Calgon, take me away! You know. Or there was Life Cereal, which had a little boy named Mikey who eats everything. This is probably going to be a good run. This group's not having any problems. No drops? Not even gold? Am I missing something? Alright, well, the group ran off. Somebody wasn't happy. That's strange. That seemed to go rather easily. Oh, there's our tank. I was wondering. Doppelcirk? What an unusual name. I wonder what the inspiration behind that name was.
Look at this Lishrath arena. Wait, what are these birds doing here?
Whee! Yeah, for my retro build that I was planning on doing this weekend, rather than pairing up that Xeon with something really absurd, well, for example, this 3570K is running in conjunction with an RTX 3070. No, not 3070, 4070. 4070. That's right. Yeah, this thing is really an interesting combination, shall we say. But no, for the retro build, I was thinking of putting in an RTX 2080 Super. Oh, pardon me. Not only that, but like everything else, it'll be a vintage. The 2080 Super will be an EVGA. Oh yeah, I've got one of those laying around. It used to be the primary GPU that I used for my channel. And yeah, I upgraded, well, a few times, and yeah, there are people who will go and they'll sell their old GPUs as they buy new ones, but it's always such a hassle. People are always trying to rip you off or lowball you. I just keep everything. I don't bother to try and sell anything. I'll just buy new stuff and keep it. give it away as a gift to a friend or a relative, and for me it's just too much of a headache to try and haggle and get anything back for those devices. So I still have old GPUs laying around, and the 2080 Super is one of them, and I think that would make a good combination with a Haswell era Xeon. Not only that, but in the most recent Steam survey, I was noticing that most...
That is Tarantos for you soft skins. Use them to get her attention.
Oh, gotta throw the balls in there. Oh, and everybody beat me to it?
Huh, at least we know that works. Watch yourselves.
Oh, and here comes the boss. So I was thinking a 2080 Super would make a suitable GPU for a CPU from that era. And as I was mentioning in the most recent Steam hardware survey, the majority of players are still playing with GPUs that have 8 gigs of RAM. This one is a 12 gig GPU because it's an RTX 4070. But I've got quite a few 8 gig GPUs. Got a 1070, well, the 2080 Super. I even have an RX 9060 XT, an 8 gig model. I actually picked up the 9060 XT purposely because I wanted to try out, since the Steam survey was indicating that most people are... Oh, I gotta throw the balls in there. Are still gaming with 8 gigs of VRAM. I wanted to see how well things hold up at that. Not only that, but Valve has been doing some optimizations to Proton, so that people playing with 8 gigs of VRAM will have better performance. At least that's the idea.
We have the goals working again. Use these.
Okay, get that pitched. Oh, whoops. Ouch. I'm getting burned up here. Oh, a nice trinket. No, so I picked up the 9060 XT, and I purposely got the 8 gig model so that I could see how well things would play out, especially doing it on Zorin. And I will put together a Ryzen system to go with that, so that it's not running on an older system the way that this one is. Since, like I said, I have this GPU running on this old Ivy Bridge. If you're curious, the reason that I'm using an Ivy Bridge was originally, like I said, 4 months ago, I got to the point where I was really getting sick of Windows. And I thought, you know what, I would like to switch as a daily driver, but You know, like everyone else, I have various different Windows applications that I use for daily work. And I wanted to make sure that everything would work before I transitioned over. So the easiest way to do that is take a spare computer, put Linux on that. And in my case, the spare computer happened to be an old Ivy Bridge machine that had been sitting in a closet for 3 years and hadn't been doing anything. It had Windows 10 on it. It was really slow. It had gotten to the point where it was just too miserable for it to do anything. And I had thought to myself, well, this machine's probably past its prime. I can pull it out, you know, every once in a while if I need like an extra, you know, machine for, say as a media PC or something like that. But I thought that that's all it would be good for. Well, I was surprised. I put Zorin OS on it, and it's like a new computer again. And as you can see, I'm playing various different AAA titles, old and new, and
Too far away.
with a modern GPU, it has turned out to be a fantastic combination. So that's why it's time to, like I said, build another computer here. This time it'll have 8 threads because it'll be hyper-threaded. And then I'm going to do some Ryzen builds for some more modern machines. So R5s, R7s, R9s. Because Linux has surpassed everything that I wanted it to do. You know, it is more than an 80% solution. I mean, 99% of all of my Steam library runs on it.
I am out of
For any
range.
application that I wasn't able to bring over, because there was some video editing stuff and other things, I found free equivalents that once I got used to how they operated are actually really good. Kden Live is fantastic
Too far away.
for video editing. OBS has a native Linux version, so I got to bring OBS with me, same as I had been before. You know, same browsers are still available. Microsoft Office you can actually use in a browser, not the local installed version. So if you're doing heavy things like macros or VBA, that probably won't be suitable. But if you've been using Office 365 through a browser,
I'm just putting together my lesson plan.
that should be no problem on Linux. Whoops, uh-oh, somebody died. Gotta watch that burst damage. Oh, there's no way to get out of this. I just have to take it. Since I don't have any add-ons running at the moment because I had a little malfunction earlier in the stream, I'm having to heal the old-fashioned way using macros. So that's why you see me targeting everybody, watching their health bars and cycling through my various different healing spells.
Here we are. Long ago, members of the Blue Dragon Flight accidentally overloaded an arcane elemental and created a powerful construct named Veximus that quickly started to wreak havoc.
Veximus, huh? He's here to vex us.
The Blue Dragons battled Veximus fiercely, attempting to prevent it from absorbing stray arcane orbs that could allow it to grow further out of control.
Oh, okay, so we have to intercept those orbs.
Powerful arcane bombs in order to drive back the dragons. As the dragons neared victory, Veximus unleashed its full arcane
Oops, let's intercept that orb. Oops, I gotta watch my own health.
To defeat the dragons, it was ultimately destroyed. Well done! Since you did so well on your lesson, feel free to take something from the good student's reward chest.
Good student's reward, huh? I like it. Oh, they want to avoid pulling things. Right, well this run has gone well. Heck, I still have my Dark Moon Carousel buff here for about 15 minutes. That should be enough for one more boss. Oh, that's our tank. Not in line of sight. Come on. Got caught there. Sometimes the trash can be worse than the boss. Wait, now I gotta get back. Unfortunately, it looks like the group wiped. Yeah, pulling all that stuff at the end there is probably not a good idea. More manageable pulls, please. That's all I can hope for. Wow, I like this character's transmog. That's a demon hunter I can get behind. Alright, more manageable pulls, please. Nope. We're gonna pull more stuff. One of these guys spinning around is bad enough, but I think I had several of them on me earlier. That was a problem.
I am out of range.
Whoops, and here comes a patrol. We're in a confined space. Well, hopefully everybody stays away from the whirling blades. They definitely want a piece of me.
These are sacred
Okay,
halls of
good. So now
learning.
we made it through all that
Players
really
will
nasty
witness when they
trash
access them.
to the final boss.
Learn from this. Learn from this.
Uh-oh.
Go to the corner. Think about what you have done. Learn from this. You will not pass the semester.
Oh no. That's the worst thing. I just got out of school recently, so
Think about what you have done.
I had gone back time and time again because I'm a glutton for punishment and I sure do love student debt, so
Merit points for you.
I am well motivated to work for a very long time to pay off my student loans. Hey, maybe they'll be paid off by the time I retire.
You will not pass the semester. Think about what you have done. Learn from this. Go to the corner.
Bookcase, huh? I don't care. I'm just gonna say greed.
Oh dear.
I'm not
It
really
seems
into
the parameters I wove into my
the whole,
out-of-office spell were a bit extreme. Thank you for all your help in getting the school ready.
nice breastplate. I don't know if that would actually be an upgrade for me. Oh, maybe it would be. I might be at the point where my gear won't level anymore. Yeah, I was going to say I have not bothered with the housing system. That's what that furnishing was for. so that's why I wasn't that worried about rolling for it. Although I think it's kind of silly that they have a need and greed roll for furnishings. It's like, who really needs furnishings? Unless there's some kind of bonus from putting together a little house that I don't know about yet. Maybe if I still had friends that played the World of Warcraft, I would want to have a house to be able to show off to them. I have to admit, that was my motivation in Star Wars: The Old Republic with their housing, was I would decorate all the furnishings, set them up. Plus, they had interactive furnishings that made it to where my house became a nice place to hang out for all of my guildmates. I had things like a slot machine where you could win prizes, and there was various other, you know, uh, mechanical items. You could even do crafting and gathering within my house. In Star Wars: The Old Republic, they refer to them as strongholds, and so I had a good time decorating and setting all of that up. As far as I know, everything in World of Warcraft is all cosmetic, so I don't know. The housing, I think, is more for female players to enjoy. I don't see any practical benefit for it. And like I said, all of the friends that I used to play World of Warcraft with are all gone. In fact, my very last friend, who had been playing the game for decades, at least 2 decades, is no longer playing anymore either. So that's it. Everybody I knew who played WoW is gone. So I have nobody to show a house off to anymore. Blessing of protection or sacrifice. Just looking for something that is actually beneficial for a healer. Oh, I probably can't do it because I'm on the carousel. Well, I don't want to get off the carousel because I want to jump into another group and I'd like to have the maximum amount of time. And I don't know how long I will spend in the queue, so. On the plus side, I'm within 9 levels of my goal, which is level 80, for this character to be able to go into Midnight, so she's leveling quickly enough. Of course, she has a lot of help, so we get the 10% from the carousel, plus another 25 from Warbad mentored leveling. I believe these stack, so I think she's getting a 35% bonus. I think. Now her rested experience is all gone, but here we could head to Stormwind and start getting some more rested experience up. Oh. Well, this way we'll come out in Stormwind when we're done. Oh, and I can even use this repair before I go and sell all my junk. Ooh, yeah. It's always at DPS asleep in the queue, so you always have a couple of seconds between when you accept versus when it actually takes you in. Now, this is the actual first dungeon that you normally come to in War Within if you do them in order. It's a nice, simple, and straightforward one, so fingers crossed if this group, like I said, will cooperate and the tank won't pull too many ridiculous amounts of things. This one should be a cakewalk. Of course, famous last words, right? Let's see. Oh, there's our tank. Okay, so we're going to do druid tanking this time. Oh, I'm getting a real charge out of this. What I always love about these fantasy armor transmogs is that with female characters, of course, the less it covers, the more it protects. That's the way it works, right?
What is that orb? It's radiating dark energy, and it's affecting the storm realm. Well, you
I always love bikini armor and fantasy artwork. Tank's doing a good job of holding aggro here and taking all the damage for everybody. Means I'm probably going to have to really watch this tank, though. Oh, and that's the reminder that I should be getting ready for bed. I have work tomorrow. And WoW knows this. Yeah, look at the time. Almost 11 o'clock. Okay, and while we're on flight, I can go ahead and pick up... Oh, shoot, which one was it? Oh, well, now I'm never going to be able to get it because now we're in combat. I should have been quicker on the draw.
The title, the glory, it should have been mine, Pilgrim.
Uh-oh, this is going to be unfun. Lots of AoE damage here. Lots of electricity. Pain. Lots of pain. I'm trying not to let it stack up on me. So far so good. Our pulls seem to be manageable, even though some of the whoops, yeah, there's a little bit of AoE here. Gonna watch out for. If you're not familiar with what the acronym stands for, AoE is Area of Effect. Whoops, uh-oh, shoot, I got caught. Oh, I got bad stuff all over me. there we go. Got some goodies. And down we go. So we grab a feather, and from here on down, it'll be a little bit more pleasant to descend. Uh-oh, I missed it, and I'm going all the way down. Oh, well, maybe not all the way. Can't do that while moving. Oh, come on. Because falling is considered walking for some reason. All those mages have that one ability where they can be using Featherfall and be casting spells, and I would like to be able to do that. Like, for example, in Warsong Gulch, you know, there are two, there's the mine and there's the lumber mill. And, because they have these, you know, it's basically a capture the flag. Well, actually, it's more like domination, because you have to dominate the various different points and hold them for points. And the lumber mill is a area that is at the highest elevation on the map. And one of the things that I've seen mages like to do is they'll perch on the edge from the lumber mill, looking down into the valley, and in the middle there is a capture point, I want to say the blacksmith, and they'll cast Featherfall and jump off, and as they're falling down, they're shooting, you know, fireballs at people as they float down through the air, and it's just basically just boom, 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 you know, on the whole way down. And those things are basically like the Dungeons and Dragons spell Magic Missile. They don't miss, so all you can do is take it, run away, you know, put up some kind of defenses, but you're going to get hit. Yeah, this group seems like they're doing a good job in terms of we're managing what we're pulling, and the DPS is working together, so this should be a cakewalk overall. Whoops. Uh-oh. Can't let them run away.
I command this rookery.
Oh boy, we're gonna pull everything all at once. Party time.
The might of my hammer. My valor, your ruin.
Trying not to get drawn in here.
The might of my hammer.
This must have been interesting for the the director for voice recording. It's like, okay, I want you to say these lines, and you gotta gurgle as you do it.
Thrust by my power. Your death is my directive.
Yeah, at one point I had wanted to pursue voice acting, but I found out that they don't get paid very much, and I changed my mind. Not only that, but every voice actor I've met, I hoped to get some tips about getting into the industry, and they were all nakedly hostile, which I guess I took as an offhanded compliment. They're like, oh, you think I could be competition, huh? Yeah. I mean, it's not as though there are that few parts to go around, but they don't want to create any competitors and did not want to answer any questions and were very unpleasant about it. It's like, okay, whatever. Of course, like I said, for me, the discouraging thing was when I finally found out what they get paid, I was like, no, that's okay. I can do something else and earn some money that way.
I do not like that it feels darker and colder as we go down. But there are more survivors to rescue.
And these days, unfortunately, AI looks like it's going to take over all the voice acting.
We will have to go down.
It's getting better by leaps and bounds. It's just a matter of time.
What did Gorin bring here? We have to take it down.
I know, someone will disagree. Like, Joe, AI could never take over voice acting. It's like, at the rate that it's improving, I don't know. We're almost there now. In fact, there's a really good movie on the topic. I believe it starred, I want to say Al Pacino. It was called Sim 1 or Simone, depending on how you want to look at it. And it was about a director who ends up with a digital actor. And everybody thinks that this actor is real and doesn't realize that it's an AI actor. And it's very prophetic because that's what we've got going on these days, where, you know, it was fine when that was fiction, but now that the reality is coming true, Hollywood is freaking out because what happens if the AI actors they don't have to be the best, they just have to be good enough. For example, there are a lot of actors for whom their bread and butter is B-movies. Well, if you've seen anything that's being generated by AI these days, it's looking like artificial intelligence will be able to generate the B-movies in the very, very near future if we can't do it already. Our only problem seems to be at the moment consistent generations. So being able to create a consistent character and have it generate that without making a whole lot of changes to it each and every time. Once they solve that problem, because for the longest time the big problem was, you know, AI couldn't figure out how to do fingers correctly. Well, that problem has been solved. Now it's just a matter of consistency. And the consistency is getting better. And once that's finally licked, people will be able to design an AI character and then make movies and television shows with that character. And that'll be that. It'll be game over for Hollywood. And unfortunately, Hollywood, I don't know, there have been times where they've been quite unpleasant, having no appreciation of all the wealth that they were given, and it's always entertaining to see actors try to tell you what they think about politics or art or science, and it's like, you're an actor. You know, you read the lines, you sound convincing on the screen, but we know it's all make-believe. So I'm not really interested in your opinion on any subjects. Now, there might be a couple of exceptions. One example would be Dolph Lundgren. Did you know that Dolph Lundgren, I believe, has a master's degree in chemistry? He's more of a scientist than Bill Nye the Science Guy. He has more scientific credits, that's for sure. And his degrees are not honorary. course, most people just know him for his action movie roles, and or were probably introduced to him in, let's see, what was that? I forget which Rocky movie it was. Was it Rocky 3? In fact, I think they made a joke about his education in, I don't know if it was the Expendables 2 or 3. I think it was 3.
I am out of range.
Alright. Every little bit helps. Uh-oh. Yeah, this thing will spawn some ads, and then it'll be invincible until the ads are dealt with, I believe. There we go. You know what? I think it is time to start upgrading my gear. We're past what the heirloom set is able to give to us anymore. Yeah, that run went really well. That was probably the smoothest one of the night so far. It's the luck of the draw. Sometimes you get a group that gels well together, and sometimes you don't. And but that one definitely did. Well, it's always a shame to have to give up my set bonuses, but we're already at a point where we're beyond what it is that they can offer. They won't be able to level past item level 69, so from here on out, everything is an upgrade. Oh, some nice goodies there. Oh, there we go. There's a nice upgrade there too. I'm not sure, but I believe that those satchels don't actually spawn gear until they're open. So if you take them and wait, you'll be able to get gear at a higher level than I think you normally would have. At least I think that's how they work. Fortuitous satchel. Oh, that's just a regular bag. I've already got, well, of course, how big are these bags? They're already 30 slots, so I can just stick that in the warband, and a new alt will be able to pick that up and make good use of it. Alright, I think that's the last of the upgrades. Yeah, that's not really an upgrade. Oh, well, I don't have this appearance. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, it's got a little flap on it. It's gray, but yeah, it doesn't have any stats. So even though this belt that I'm wearing is really low, it's much, much better. so I'm getting rested experience because I'm here in the city. And let's see, we'll go ahead and repair.
Many deals for a friend of the Grummels, like you. May your feet find good trails.
Oh, and there's the bell. This is probably a good spot to end it for tonight. Don't want to go all the way to midnight. I have to get up in the morning. Ask not for whom the bell tolls, for it tolls for thee. Alright, I'm just thinking to myself if there's anything else I need to do tonight. And, let's see. Do I have any mail? No. Alright, so, well, we got a few levels in, and we're most of the way to our goal. It'll probably be pretty easy to get up to level 80 next time, so we'll build up a little rested experience, and I've only got 7 levels to go, and I'm ready to jump into midnight with this character. Join me next time here on Joe Superfantabulous PC Gaming Channel, where we'll have more fun in the World of Warcraft and the as we gear up for the midnight expansion, at least on the Alliance side. Like I said, on the Horde side, I'm already there, but I'm curious to bring in an Alliance character also. And, well, this was a nice, relaxing run. I hope that you had fun joining me for this, and I would love to see you around next time. See you then. Oh, I'm just looking for the end stream button. Ah, here it is. See you next time.